My daughter was paralyzed at 3. What my husband did changed everything. When our daughter was 3 years old, we couldn't get her to sit still for even a minute. She was always running, spinning, climbing, like her body didn't know how to rest. Dance class was her favorite thing in the world. Every week, she'd beg us to take her early so she could watch the older kids practice. One night, after dance lessons, she fell asleep in the back seat of our truck next to her older brother. Her head was leaning against the door, her shoes half off, completely peaceful. We were less than 5 minutes from home. That's when another car turned left without enough time. The impact was loud, violent, and sudden. My husband slammed the brakes. I screamed. When everything stopped, my husband and I were shaken, but unharmed. Then I looked back. The door next to our daughter was crushed. At the hospital, doctors rushed her into surgery immediately. We sat in the waiting room for 2 full days, barely eating, barely speaking, just staring at the doors every time they opened. When the doctor finally came out, he told us she was alive. But her neck was broken. Her spinal cord had been damaged. She was stable, but she was never going to walk again. She was 3 years old. I didn't know how to explain that to a child who still believed the world was fair. I didn't know how to explain why her legs wouldn't move anymore. And after that day, I barely saw her smile. She cried watching her brother run to the playground. She asked why other kids stared at her wheelchair. Sometimes she'd just sit quietly, holding her favorite toy, looking smaller than she ever had before. At night, I'd find my husband sitting alone in the garage. Sometimes crying. Sometimes just staring at the floor. I thought he needed space. I thought he was drowning in guilt, blaming himself for the accident. And maybe he was. But I didn't know the whole truth. Yesterday was her birthday. She was excited.